After making a big splash earlier this year with the fantastic Wild Rose, director Tom Harper has another film out already in The Aeronauts. Telling the not very true story of a record-breaking flight by fictional pilot Amelia Wren and the actually real scientist James Glacier, The Aeronauts is a much less grounded, get it, film than Wild Rose, but it's also more complicated and thoughtful than the whiz-bang trailer makes it look. The story kicks off in 1862 with Amelia en route to the launch of the balloon. She's struggling with something, an emotional trauma, and takes a moment to grab some fresh air. A young boy runs past her, and the camera takes off behind him, following him through Victorian London into a vibrant, full fairground built around the waiting balloon. It's a bit of stylistic playfulness that's indicative of the mood of the film, which generally alternates between these intense, effect-heavy, visually stunning sequences of peril or wonder, with more serious, thoughtful scenes that explore the motivations of the characters. What this looks like in practice is a slightly messy structure, where the historic balloon flight and conversations between Jones and Redmayne during it are intercut with flashbacks to important sequences in the lives of the characters, and occasionally, just sometimes, other bits and pieces, like Glacier's earnest colleague Himesh Patel or Wren's sister waiting to hear news. As for performances, Redmayne is tolerable as Glacier. Okay, I'll admit I've never really gotten the fuss about him. I can't seem to see past the actor to the character in his performances, and everything he does just seems to me to be some kind of slouchy, whispering, dewy-eyed, pouty schoolboy thing. Still, I think he understands the emotional core of the roles, and he's also happy to be quiet and small where others would be big and loud. Much better here is Jones, who I've previously been underwhelmed by. In her opening moments, she's conflicted, haunted by this traumatic loss. The next time we see her, she's yelling, smiling, riding the top of a carriage towards a crowd while they cheer. And then after that, she's in the balloon, she takes off her makeup, and she gets down to work. She portrays Wren as a self-conscious performer, I think, performing not just for a crowd, but also for herself. And underneath that daredevil nature, she's really driven by much more serious concerns. It's a lovely, layered performance that does a lot with relatively little characterization in the somewhat thin script. These are, after all, broadly speaking, characters that we've seen before, although there's some good nuance in individual performances, like Jones's, for instance. What really works is that you feel swept up with them. Their enthusiasm and their belief is compelling and joyous. They convince you that they can make it, and you hope that they will. Harper and company maintain this soaring forward momentum that underlines the importance of the trip, not just for the characters' personal reasons, but for science and for human endeavour, themes of course that were also analysed a little bit more thoroughly in the more critically controversial film The Current War earlier this year. It's not going to rewrite the history books, and it's not the Victorian gravity that it's being marketed as, but The Aeronauts is an enjoyable romp with some surprising moments and astonishingly good visuals. That's it from me, but as ever, I'd love to hear what you thought about this Victorian balloon movie. So let me know in the comments down below if you've seen The Aeronauts. Have a good one, bye for now.